Hi, I'm Luke Voulgarakis from LV Life and welcome to your quick tarot for the week of 11th of November 2024. Now, as always, we'll start with your general energy. So I'll do 3 cards for this week's general feel, and then I'll do cards for each of your individual signs. Please don't forget to use your star, moon, and rising signs in order to get a full scope of your week ahead. I'll put those timestamps in the description so you can fast forward straight to those 3 signs for yourself. If you'd like a private reading, you can visit me at lukevoulgarakis.com/tarot and we can arrange to do that via video, or we can do it, I can record your video, we can go live on a video call, or you can come to my Wellbeing Centre in Fareham and have a reading there. Now, also like, follow, subscribe, share, because that's free to do. And I also have some Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal links if you want to make a little donation. Thank you. That's all that gumph out of the way. Let's do some reading. So last week's general energy was very heavy, if you recall. Always worth going back and watching last week's just to see if that stuff came into fruition for you. But I mean, I can certainly say that the general energy in the world felt a bit heavy last week, particularly with the US presidential elections, which I'd totally forgotten were happening. So yeah, I think let's hope that this is a brighter and better week. Let's see what our general energies are showing. All right. Da 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 da. I mean, that is better. So we've got the hand out of the cloud here in the Ace of Pentacles. What I really like about this card is that we see this yellow brick road going through this archway up to the top of a mountain. And the ace is also showing it's the end of the suit or the beginning of the suit. So it's transition, it's change. And so I feel like things are perhaps starting to fall into place. I always, when I see this, I think the universe has some predestined plans for us, a few ideas, a few gifts to deliver us during our lifetime. And depending on your beliefs, you might believe that we also predestine those things for ourselves. And I think that the universe presents those things at the moment that we're ready, at the time that we are most receptive and open to that thing happening for us. And so I wonder if, off the back of a heavy week, things will lighten, things will come to light, things will start to feel a bit clearer, a bit more optimistic, a bit like the universe has been waiting to deliver a gift to you after a period of heavy time. So I do think that we're experiencing change and the end of one thing and the start of another, but that actually perhaps this other thing, in whatever way, shape or form, could be a bit brighter, a bit better, could be something that's more in alignment for us, or that has been waiting to be delivered to us for our highest and greatest good. So we might just have to trust in that magic at the moment, particularly if we're still in that heavy week from the week before. Then we've got here a change in a sense of having to make a decision, almost perhaps a crossroads. So the crossroads here might represent that you've got a decision to make, but you're bound and blind. Well, not bound, sorry, it's a different card. You're blindfolded here, meaning that it's difficult to make a decision. It's difficult to move forward because perhaps you're overthinking it. Perhaps you're internalizing it too much. Perhaps the decision just feels impossible and your pros and cons lists aren't helping. You're talking out with other people isn't giving you any clarity. But what we are seeing here is this moon up here, which means you're being asked to navigate yourself at this crossroads through your moon energy, which means through your intuition and your perception and your feeling senses, not through the logic of the sun. So I think that it's time, perhaps if we're wanting this thing to appear, or perhaps this thing does appear, and it feels perhaps too good to be true, and it means letting go of something else. It means making a decision between one or another. You want to be using your intuitive energy here, not your logical energy. And then we've got the 7 of Cups here, meaning actually you're safe to go and explore. You've got the sun and the moon in this picture, interestingly. But more importantly, all those cups are stood up there and the person in the background is kind of wandering off. And this means that you are safe to explore. It means that, you know, the things are stable. People are stable in your life. People have got your back. They're looking after you or out for you or on board with you. And so that gives you this freedom to be able to go off exploring without having to uphold anything, because that stuff is already stable and standing and strong. So it's like you're safe to go off exploring now. So I think that this decision making is around a really golden opportunity for you, and it's an explorative opportunity for you. Okay, so that's your general energies. Let's see how it works in terms of your individual energies for your sun, moon, and rising signs. So we'll start with Taurus. Taurus, King of Pentacles reversed. You want to make sure that you're not feeling overwhelmed, Taurus. I think that perhaps this decision that we've just talked about, this better opportunity for you, you don't want to let it become all-consuming and overwhelming, because if you look at this king, he sits here in the throne, but all of the foliage around him, you can't distinguish between that and his outfit, meaning that he's starting to be kind of overwhelmed. Things are growing up and burdening him. And so I think that you, particularly with that decision-making aspect, you can't let it overwhelm you. You've just got to lean into that intuition that we talked about earlier. All right, Virgo. You've got the Three of Wands here. You're time to go out and explore. We've kind of talked about that in the general energies. It's just reinforcing that. But this is about kind of paving your own way when you do that. If you look, the terrain in this background is very blank. And so I always describe it like a blank canvas. So I feel like that's you going out and kind of carving your own path, you know, and just really going out with that exploration with an open mind and an open heart, and seeing what comes into fruition, seeing what evolves and develops organically for you. Capricorn. Capricorn, you've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. There's an aspect of restoring balance here, but I feel like it's restoring balance for yourself. This, you know, you see this about giving in this upright position. Sorry, you see it like it's giving back to the needy, but in a reverse position, I feel like it's giving back to yourself. Maybe it's time for ask for help. Maybe it's time to allow somebody to help give back to you, to support you, to help bring some of that alignment. If you've been doing for everybody else, maybe it's time that you allow other people to do for you. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what we've got. Oh, the Judgment card reversed. Are you feeling a bit vulnerable at the moment, Sagittarius? Perhaps things for you are feeling a little bit raw, a little bit uncertain. Perhaps things are outside of your control. What you're being asked to do here is to lean into some of that, lean into the fact that it's out of your control, lean into the fact that it makes you feel a bit vulnerable and a bit scared and a bit judged. Rather than trying to control that situation, you need to go organically with it. This is out of your control. So you need to recognize that, you know, you can try and control it and remain fearful and scared and fight it, or you can lean into it and you can go with the flow and you can be at the mercy of it and it will be what it will be. And just know that tides are turning with this card. So things will ultimately resolve for you. As long as you can not stress yourself out trying to manipulate that situation. Leo, you want to get more curious. We have got the Six of Cups here. It's the two children sniffing daisy growing out of a cup. And really that means that, you know, as an adult, we would look at that and go, well, why? Why is there a daisy growing out of a cup? But children just go, oh, that's what it is. They accept it. They're curious about it. They explore it. They enjoy it. They embrace it. I've got a cat has just joined me. This is Simon. And the dog's just trotting over as well. So yes, time to get curious. Time to explore people with curiosity, in a sense of not judging them, but just being a bit open-minded about, well, I wonder why they're that way. I wonder why they choose to do things like this or say things like this or behave like this. Just exploring that with open mind and curiosity rather than passing judgment. All right, Leo. Leo, you're the only thing that's holding yourself back. If you're struggling to move forward, remember I talked earlier in the general energies, I said, when I was looking at that Two of Swords, I said about the bounds and ties, and I went, oh no, that's a different card. That's this card. So, you know, you are blindfolded here as you were in that Two of Swords, but you also have these bounds and ties. But if you look, the sword that would be in front of you is actually cast to the side. So there's nothing stopping you or holding you back, apart from your own restrictions, your own limitations, your own beliefs, your own inner thoughts that are holding you back. So we really need to release those bounds and ties and that blindfold and just step forward. Yes, the road isn't necessarily even, you know, there's kind of water and land that's a bit rocky, but you have to step forward. It's your time to step forward now. All right, Aries. No, was that Aries? Oh, hold the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was Aries. Hopefully that was Aries, unless I did Leo twice. It was meant to be Aries. All right, Gemini. Let's see what we've got, Gemini. Okay, Knight of Cups, Gemini. You are coming back victorious. Perhaps you're feeling good about things in your life right now, the people in your life, you know, what's going on around you. And so it's really time to ride with that. A sense of, okay, if things are starting to look brighter and I'm starting to feel better and I feel good about the people that I've got around me, then what can I do with that? How can I, you know, can I get up on my horse? Can I start to take a bit more action? Can I celebrate my wins? Can I just be a little more active, a bit like a knight would be? So I think it's time to ride the wave while things are really good. Hi, Simon. Yes, I know you want to be on my lap. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, 3 of Cups. Get your team on board. I feel like this is the time to pull people together, to get your little gang going, to uplift and support and celebrate each other, and just to really, you know, kind of all share a mission, share a goal, get together with old friends, old people, good people, people that you're really in alignment with, and just really embrace and enjoy that connection. I think it's a real time for connection. Libra. The Moon card, Libra. Okay, so that means that you're kind of going from one tower to the other. So the old towers, when stuff came crumbling down, it no longer serves you. The new tower is what does serve you, because you're rebuilding it in a way that suits you, in a way that's more in alignment for you. But the cat. But in between here, we've got the kind of the rabid dogs and the lobster and the fire, meaning that transition can be a little bit tricky, but you'll just keep being asked, and it's similar to the general energies, to keep leaning into that moon energy, leaning into that kind of softer side of things. Be gentle with yourself, know that it's a journey and a process, and that new tower is in sight. It's waiting there for you. So it's kind of a card of persistence. All right, Cancerians. Keep chipping away, doing the hard work, Cancerians. Every little thing that you do adds up, adds up, adds up. All right, so it's not about taking on big tasks this week, or it's not about being overwhelmed by big plans and big goals and big visions. You want to be chipping away, doing all the little bits. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, don't get involved in the drama. These people here are fighting, but they're not fighting with swords, they're fighting with wands. They can't hurt anyone. So don't get involved in meaningless drama. Don't get wrapped up in people's noise, opinions, views, perspectives, unsolicited advice. You don't want to be getting involved in any of that. You want to be staying strong, keeping an eye on your own mindset and how you think and feel, and staying true to your ambition and goals and clarity. And not letting other people affect you. All right, Pisces. Pisces, the Hermit. Okay, maybe it's time to go in. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of introspective work, to literally stay home and kind of hermit away from the world, just so that you can be alone a little bit and to appreciate that alone time, because the Hermit lights the way, right? So when we go inwards, we get new ideas, new thoughts, new visions, new dreams, new clarity, but that only happens when we're still. And so the Hermit is still, and we need to, rather than busying through your life, you need to be still and stop and rest and be at peace and be reflective, and really explore that Hermit time. Okay, well, thank you very much. I hope that resonated for you. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.